They offered us a plastic packaged world. We said no. So why are millennials fleeing pop culture to the country? I believe that there's this disconnect in the millennial generation. And millennials want more than anything, they want connection. And the world that we've been put into and placed into is a very disconnected world. You could make the case that our parents' generation and even their parents' generation was also a very disconnected generation. The way I look at this, though, is that we're actually the third or fourth generation of disconnect from the land. We're like the fruit of multiple generations. We are so disconnected from basic things that for the majority of human history have been a part of daily life. I was in a history class once, and my instructor asked for everyone who is a farmer in the room to stand up. And you can imagine maybe one person considered themselves a farmer and they stood up. Then he asked for everyone who had a parent who was a farmer if they would stand up. And one or two more people stood up. And then he asked for everyone whose grandparents or great-grandparents were farmers to stand up. And everyone in the class stood up. You could just look around you and see the disconnect in our lives. Is the same. Every month is the same. Every week is the same. The seasons don't really even affect our lives. This is one of the things about living this kind of life that's so neat. And it's something that's this 10,000 year tradition, 10,000 year precedent is the cycle of the year. Do you ever feel just totally tired and burned out in your life? I think this might be part of the reason, because you just go, go, go. There's no real seasons. In the old time, the summer was a non-stop period for work, and all the way into the fall, it was work, but it was measured out. In the spring was planting, in the summer was tending, perhaps herding. In the fall was this great harvest, this great putting away of food. And then the winter was a quiet time to rest. I think that's one reason why millennials are leaving the city and leaving pop culture and going to the country. It's for a cyclical life. It's something that's built into our DNA. We're so disconnected from the food that we eat. I've taught 12-year-olds how to kill chickens, and it's such a novel experience to them. But the truth is that your great-grandparents would be sent out at the age of 10, 12 years to kill a chicken and bring it into their mother or their grandmother. And then it would be prepared in the kitchen. And that was a normal part of life. When you live this life, you actually get intimately connected with the animals that you not only care for, but you depend on. We gather eggs from the chickens, we feed the chickens. Our cow had a calf, and now we're milking her every day, and we're drinking this amazing, wholesome food. So we've been out here on our homestead for 2 years, and it's been an amazing experience. We were just total novices when we started, and in some ways we still are. But we've learned so much about living this life, and we have savored regaining and connecting with this tradition of humans, that we are connected to the land and connected to our food, that we're interdependent, that we have an interdependent relationship with animals that in some ways is closer than a fawning pet owner relationship. I think that in and of itself, people just pouring love into animals is a part of the yearning actually for this connected life. And it makes it so much sadder actually when we do slaughter animals to eat them. But I think there's an honesty there that is worth holding on to. An honesty in saying, if we're going to eat meat, we're going to kill our animals. Look around on the internet, look around on YouTube. There's a bunch of millennials who have fled the city, who have fled pop culture and are reconnecting with their roots in this life. We call this life homesteading. You know, you could call it a lot of things. There's a lot of negative things said about millennials, but I am so excited for what I see as this new movement. It may be small, but I think it's growing, of millennials who are just getting out and saying enough of this, saying no to the plastic packaged world, saying yes to connectedness to their food, saying yes to a cyclical year where they have periods of rest and periods of hard work, saying yes to loving animals, but loving them in a way that's actually connected to reality. We eat animals. We love these animals, but we eat them. The goats are actually right here. The goats are listening to every word I say. No, we don't eat goats here, but we eat other animals. So homesteading, this is our way as millennials of saying yes to embracing this long tradition of being connected to the land, connected to our food, and living lives that we feel are balanced and whole. If you're interested in the homesteading life, check out our other videos. We have over 400 videos that we've published on our life. That was another great day on the homestead.